Hello out to all you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear listening into another Gamer Stuffs discussion. In this, I'm going to be talking about God of War making its way to PC, which isn't surprising. I don't remember which discussion it was, but I did recently say that Sony is putting their first-party stuff on PC because they're not making as much money on their home console as they should be for these games. That literally rolled right out of my discussion talking about whether or not game prices should be higher when the comparison was made between Metroid Dread and God of War. So, hey, it's not a surprise. It's not a shock. It's what Sony has to do to make extra money off of their IPs. Their budgets are extremely high. The games don't sell enough to cover what their budgeting is on their home console. And hey, they can make an extra 50 to 60 bucks off of a game that may be 3 to 4 years old from their current home platform. And it does draw attention to their newer projects that are coming. But those that are in the PC community that are patient will probably just wait it out for those sequels to come at a later date because there's other stuff already available. So, who could have predicted that this was coming? Literally anybody that was paying any attention. Anyone that was paying attention. Now people are looking towards Nintendo and like, well, Nintendo, I guess y'all the only ones that need to do this now. And to be honest, they don't need to because they make sustainable money based on how they budget their games and how well they sell. I think people forget that most Nintendo IP can sell around 100,000 units and they make their money back because they know how to budget. They don't go extravagantly overbearing with how many effects and things they want to throw into a game. They're not worried about having the best and highest resolution. They're just happy to make good games. And you don't have to spend a crap ton of money in order to do that. Think about this. Their most expensive game in any recent memory is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And that game is still a top seller right now. Almost 5 years later. That game is still a top seller. It's still getting attention on social media. It's still highly talked about. And their sequel to that is coming out next year. And that game still sells at $60. And all they needed to get to pay that off was get to 1 million units. Now compare that to something like Tomb Raider, the reboot, which needed to make it to, I believe, at least 5 million units sold in order to make any money, and it did not do that. So, if we're basing things off that, it's because Nintendo budget's better. Hell, even their advertising is cheaper. At this point, they just have a better way of advertising. But, again, this is something that was predictable. Something that could easily have been seen. And people lost their minds over, PS exclusives coming to PC. No fucking shit, Sherlock. It was easy to predict that it would happen. That's why I literally talked about it not that long ago. Again, Sony should probably be charging more for their games. Other third parties should be charging more for their games. But they're not. And they should be charging more for their games for how much they spend in production. But they're not. And we're going to be doing the same cycle over again another 20 to 30 times. Because people just don't get it. Now, I am not against Nintendo putting their games on PC. Don't take it that way. I'm not against them doing it. I'm just saying they don't need to. Honestly, I think it would be more beneficial to them to put their legacy content on PC and just give a platform for that. And I've said it before. I think that would benefit them more and keep all of their last and current gen stuff on those platforms. And then at some point, eventually, yeah, we'll bring this over to PC and let you guys have it. Yeah, sure. We can make some extra money that way and people will be happy with it. But at the same time, y'all gonna have to get over this thing with not wanting to pay for it. That's the big problem. You want it, but you don't want to buy it. I don't get that though. Like, everybody's happy to pay for Sony stuff, but they don't want to pay for Nintendo's. So here's an idea I could propose. With your Nintendo Switch Online service, and Nintendo does just say offer their games on PC as well, just some of them, obviously not all of them, obviously not the current stuff because they want you to go to their new console. But if they include with having the Nintendo Switch Online service, having the expansion pack, and they release their stuff on PC, like they make a PC launcher and release all their stuff on PC through their own launcher / store, you get all of their retro classic games included in that without having to pay for them. But you do have a separate option in order to purchase them in case you don't want to pay into Nintendo Switch Online. So say you're just strictly playing on PC. You may not even give a crap about NSO. There you go. Problem solved. And that would actually make a lot of people happy, and then everybody will stop complaining about the pricing that they can quite easily avoid. But I mean, it's just, again, this is obvious. All of this was obvious. It's like everybody is like excited and happy. Oh my gosh, God of War is coming to PC. I'm like, why the fuck didn't y'all put the whole goddamn God of War saga on PC? That was my first question. Like, yo, you're gonna drop the fourth main title, but you're not gonna put all of the other shit on PC? Come on now. Give me the fucking if you gonna do this, give me the goddamn collection. Give me the whole thing. Give me the full, complete story. Don't give me just part of it. Put all of it on there. Ghost of Sparta, Chains of Olympus. Fuck it. Damn. I know there's another one that was a side story. But you guys know what I'm talking about. And God of War 1, 2, and 3. Put all of them on that bitch. Why are we skimping? They could have literally dropped the God of War saga on fucking Steam for $30. Everybody to shit they goddamn pants. And it's just like, y'all missing a one opportunity. Like, I'm sitting here like, yo, like, y'all go do this, y'all might as well also do the same thing with Uncharted. And do the same goddamn thing with The Last of Us. Like, again, y'all got this shit, put it out there. Now you're going to see a bunch of motherfuckers playing God of War with fucking Xbox controllers and shit. But still, go ahead, do it. If y'all gonna do this shit, go wholesale on it. Fuck. But everybody excited about this easily predictable shit because Sony ain't making money off their goddamn games. And people are like, well, this is a better deal. Yeah, of course it's a better deal for your ass. It's basically highway robbery when it comes down to them because they paying so much to produce the shit. I swear, people just don't pay attention. This is easily foreseeable and nobody paid any goddamn attention to it. Oh, man. If I didn't find it hilarious, I'd have a headache. But, I mean, I don't want to drag this on anymore because I've said what I've said. I stand by my word. And again, let's see where it goes. But I am on board for Nintendo putting their retro and classic content on PC. Because people complain, about it not being available. So guess fucking what? I would be all for Nintendo putting their, let's say, Wii content and below on PC. All of their exclusives. I'd be fine with that. If somebody has a problem with that, sorry, but I think that that's a reasonable way to broach things. But okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop here. Thank you guys very much for listening in. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. Until the next time, enjoy your games and peace out, everybody.